Okay, hi guys. Well, the title of the video, call me Nostradamus if you like. There was obviously no title written at the point when I'm recording this, but I'm predicting that the title of the video will give the game away. But if it doesn't, the makeshift woggle, is it a woggle or is that bit a woggle? I can never remember, will probably give the game away. This video is about scouting, so it's time to put your woggly things on, toggle up your woggle. This one's made actually out of a dishcloth with a bit of electrical tape just bound round there, partly to get in the swing of the video, it has to be said, and partly because I thought it would make what would otherwise be a very, very dull and boring video marginally less dull and boring. There have been several scouting concerns. This is a positive video, it's got an upbeat message, at least in part, but there's been a lot of concern about the Scouting Association of America. I don't agree with Stephanie Zvan on Free Thought blogs very often, but I certainly agreed with her the other day when she was talking about the discriminatory practices of the American Scouting Organisation. It seems that they like to discriminate against people, whether that's on the grounds of if you're homosexual, if you're an atheist, if you was born on a Wednesday, if you like licorice, if anybody you're related to is called Nigel. There's all these different, I've made some of them up, but there's all these different grounds that they discriminate on, rather than perhaps the motto be prepared. If you're a member of certain groups such as an atheist, or if you're gay, be prepared to piss off would probably be the motto that's going to be more relevant to you. So they are the problems that they have there. In the UK, in the Scouting Association in the UK, which is just called the Scouting Association, by the way. That's one of the advantages of being British. I've always, you know, like if you're American, you don't have to have .co.uk out like that. You have the .com. You're like the reference standard. And there's certain things in the UK like that. If you've got a, you know, if you ever see a postage stamp, if it doesn't have the country on it, then it's a British postage stamp. If you see a football association, if it's got a name after it, you know, the Uruguayan Football Association, the French Football Association, if it's just called the Football Association, then it's the English Football Association. And so it is with scouting. The British Scouting Association is just called the Scouting Association due to the fact that it was the first one. I think it was founded in 1909 by Baden-Powell, and then the Girl Guides was founded in 1910 to provide a sort of equivalent but more stereotypically set up for girls there, for girls. So that's the origin of it. And it's never been quite the same in the UK. In 1976, I think it was, when I was a child, I kind of vaguely remember all this coming in, though I'd only been 4 years old at that time, that they opened it up to girls. There was quite a bit of pressure on there. It seemed quite sexist, didn't it, that boys could be scouts and girls couldn't be. Quite illuminating with that, actually, as I looked into this, and it's not something I'd ever really given much thought to. The Girl Guides have never been put under the same pressure. While it's been seen as discriminatory to have an organisation just for boys, having an organisation just for girls has seemed okay. So whereas a young girl can choose between being in a mixed organisation or a girl-only organisation, clearly that was regarded as discriminatory and wrong with the Scouts. I haven't really got a problem with that. It's not something that bothered me, but in trying to research just for this video and find a few details, something that did bother me was this, and this is perhaps something I'd quite be interested to know what the kind of Free Thought blogs crowd would think of this, because a spokeswoman for the Girl Guides organisation, very recently, last year, I'll perhaps link the article, quoted that the reason that they don't want to allow boys in the Girl Guides is because they value the fact of having a safe space for girls. I kind of found that language quite concerning, really. We're talking, in the case of the Brownies, girls who are 10 years old and under, and yet there's still this kind of implication that simply malehood itself is dangerous and potentially predatory or sinister in some kind of way. Even at the age of 10 and under, girls need a safe space, potentially away from boys. I found that slightly concerning. Anyway, I've kind of got driven away from there. The good news is that there's been more progressive. I'm going to take this fucking thing off, actually. It's quite ridiculous. It's quite progressive, and as there have been over Europe, allowing girls into scouting, allowing homosexuals into scouting. That isn't a problem in the UK, and it hasn't been for a number of years. They welcome not just children who profess that kind of sexual preference, but also scoutmasters, etc. It doesn't matter if you're gay, that's absolutely fine. They don't have a problem with that, as they say, I think, on their website. Just because you're gay doesn't mean that you're a paedophile, so you've got to welcome that. But they have still discriminated against people, and at present they still do. If you don't have a religion, you need to believe in a God. It doesn't matter what it is. You could be a Satanist, as far as I'm aware, as long as you believe in some kind of higher power. Well, it looks like this might be about to change. I'm going to link you an article from, I think, from The Guardian. I was hoping to get you a news clip from Channel 4 News, but for some reason I can't get my DVD recorder to work there. So I'll link you the article. They're going to have this... They're going to ask different people within the organisation what they think, with a view to trying to amend this. The Girl Guides are going to do the same kind of thing. So happily, this might be one thing, because I know that both the British Humanist Association and the National Secular Society have complained to the Scouts organisation in the past over this. This might be one battle that's actually been won, so a little bit of good news there. That's all I really wanted to get across. There have been a few asides, haven't there? Thank you for watching, and bye for now.